You know what's hard?
Well, that's great.
I'm not answering
That's
that.
a great way to start.
Leading question.
Sorry.
My hands are on top of the table. Thank you. What's hard is being a football fan in Indiana.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
I mean, I don't know when this episode is going to get released, but just as a point of reference,
It doesn't matter. It's a
Yeah, it doesn't
timeless
matter.
comment.
I don't think it matters.
IU season was abysmal.
Yeah.
Three of us attended the Colts game last night, Monday Night Football against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Outside of a couple drives in the third quarter, our offense looked anemic.
Pedestrian.
I'm looking for A words apparently. It was bad, quite frankly.
That was a really boring football game. I mean, to lose, yeah, no one wants to lose. Like, you want to go and watch your team win. But at a minimum, you want to go and watch a good game and be entertained. And I would have rather gotten 2 hours more of sleep that I didn't get because if, Monday Night Football, game gets done at 11:30 and takes forever to get home. Sort of like Saturdays in Bloomington. Tailgating's good.
They do put on a good show, though. In between timeouts and stuff. I thought that was pretty entertaining.
We were glad you were entertained.
I was.
Are you not entertained?
I mean,
was entertaining.
thank goodness for the Frisbee dogs
Yes. Yes, you're right.
and the quick change artists.
Yep, and the light show. It was great.
I appreciate you wearing the Iowa shirt
No
today.
problem.
I would have expected nothing less. It's an Iowa football shirt, no less. Hawkeyes didn't have the greatest season. I mean, granted, it's better than the Hoosiers, which is pretty easy to do, but bowl prospects, is there one?
Yeah, I think the maybe the Motor City Bowl.
Yeah, so it's gonna be like an Outback
Yeah.
or Motor City or
Outback
maybe
or-
the Music City.
Music City, maybe. But probably we're going south for sure.
Okay.
We travel well to Florida and San Antonio.
All right, so you got something to look forward to there. We don't.
Yeah, we do.
Now it's basketball season.
Basketball season.
Basketball
Right.
season.
How are the Hawkeyes going to be this year?
For basketball?
Yeah.
Good. Really good. Really good shooters. Couple young kids in the post. I don't
A
know.
couple of 9-year short veterans
No,
that,
we don't
that
have any of
shoot
those.
from 40 feet.
Don't have any of those anymore.
Oh.
He's just running a podcast now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe we should have him on as a guest.
I'll give him a call.
Okay, let's do that.
I have a Twitter connection with him.
Oh, your Twitter buddies.
Yeah, we're Twitter buddies. Should be good.
We should ask a more important question. More important in the backyards of Des Moines and Iowa City and other places in that state. How's Iowa wrestling going to be this year? Like, just to get down to the real question of Iowa sports. How's wrestling going to be?
I don't follow wrestling. Yeah, I don't.
Isn't it like the kingpin sport?
It is.
Pardon
You want us
pun.
to cut
It
that
is.
part out?
No, you can't because I know some people are going to watch this. I follow our high school is more exciting than watching Iowa wrestling. We have a really good high school. The school my son goes to.
Yeah.
Really good wrestling program. In fact, Dan Mashik, he used to. I think he was a high school teammate of Dan Gable.
Okay.
So he's got a big shrine in our community. So he's kind of a big deal around there. But I just don't follow it. Couldn't do it. I will say this. I am 1-0 in wrestling because I had to do it and I was a chubby kid. And as soon as I won and I qualified to go to a tournament, then they gave me the singlet and I said, nope, not my sport. I am not wearing that singlet. That's a tough one for me.
Hashtag singlet.
Yep.
Now you just wear it around the house for kicks.
I do. Well, Vince said I get an industrious podcast singlet
Oh, perfect.
or maybe a tank top. I'm more of a tank top guy.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Yes. Perfect.
So you can go to the bowl game if they go.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I went to the Rose Bowl, and what is it? The last one we went to, I left at halftime. I mean, McCaffrey had, I think, 300 all-purpose yards at half.
Okay.
And we left. I was done. I had enough. It was 50-something to, I think, 54-3 at the point. So, I mean, it wasn't a fun game to go to. And there was travel problems. There's always snow. We got delayed. I had to sleep in the airport overnight. I mean, it was just a mess.
Nice.
So we're not doing that anymore.
All right. Cool. All right, well, let's get rolling.
Let's do it.
Go ahead and push that a little bit closer to you. All right, Chris, you pick him up, okay? No, I can't hear it. The headphones.
Yeah.
We'll assume yes.
He's texting you on the screen.
Oh.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
Nice.
All right.
All right. So I'm dragging today. Not a lot of sleep last night. Half my household is sick, and I think I'm starting to catch their cold, which is fantastic. But I'm excited to talk about some important things, not just college football or wrestling or pro football, which again doesn't exist in our state, and not basketball, which does. By the way, speaking of which, Purdue, like beating Gonzaga and Duke the way they did recently, that makes me
Pretty
angry.
solid.
This just makes me angry.
And they got it, and they're in the Big Ten. Well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be, but yeah, they are.
Okay. What was your first question?
No, I was going to do our intro.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
5, 4.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Industrious Podcast. Thank you for joining us from wherever you get your podcasts, or if you're on the Assessa YouTube channel, thank you for joining us there. If you are on the YouTube channel and you haven't hit that little subscription button or the little notification bell to be alerted when new episodes like this one drop, please do so. Again, thanks for joining us and welcome. Today's guest is a Assessa employee, longtime friend. We've known him well before actually he joined our team, Mr. Chad Purdy, who hails from the great state of Iowa. Welcome
Love
to
it.
the Industrious Podcast.
I appreciate you having me on the podcast.
You're welcome.
I have a harder time saying the other thing. But thanks for having me. I can't do it anymore.
Thanks
Sorry.
for having me.
I can't do it anymore.
I'll add that one.
What's that?
Well, if you remember a little group text message for a while, I think it was during the Big Ten championship game for basketball. And we just kept winning, kept hitting
Men's
threes.
or women's?
Men's.
Okay.
And I kept saying, thanks for having us. Thanks
Yeah.
for having us.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Got old. I can't say it anymore.
I use it now. Thanks. So
That's
thanks
good.
for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You can have that one.
Yeah. Chad, why don't you give some background for our listeners?
Well, I went after college. I went to
Sorry, real quick. You were born and raised in Iowa?
Yes,
Correct?
yes,
Okay.
yep. I went to college to play baseball. Got hurt, which isn't a shocker, but I did realize that if you can't hit a curveball, you really can't go too far in baseball. But I was told I couldn't play anymore, and kind of went home and started working in for the summer job. Started working in a cabinet shop, a large cabinet shop in our area. I'm talking third shift, ground up, 20 years old. Was blowing off parts before sealer sanding, and then kind of in that like 5-year period, just kind of sat there and just kind of worked my way up through the ranks and started getting into the paint side of it, matching colors, and then kind of got an offer to get on the other side of the business, to start servicing paint. So I serviced in that area.
Yeah.
Then I started selling, account managing, and kind of moved all over.
That first job, getting out of the actual manufacturing process and into the I
Yep.
guess the coating side, correct?
Yep.
What were you doing, and what was that role?
I was a lead service technician.
Okay.
And just basically doing covered. It's very strange because in my hometown I have between 9 miles. There's $7 million worth of business just sitting there, so I could always travel back and forth. It was really easy. And the beauty of it was better than any school you could possibly go to for wood, because they had every technology, had every way of applying finish, flat lines, roll coats, 100% solids, UVs, everything. So it was kind of like it was a really good training ground, and saw a lot of problems. And that's my opinion. If you see a lot of problems, that's when you start getting the knowledge, is because you know how to fix them.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Is that area of Iowa that you're referring to big in manufacturing in general, or specific? Just happens to be specific to cabinets?
It's manufacturing. It's the only thing
Yeah.
you got. You got the 2 big cabinet shops and John Deere.
Okay.
And John Deere's
farming, of course.
Yeah, and John Deere pretty much is the lion's share of the manufacturing jobs out there.
So how long did you do that, and then what?
Well, I also wanted to learn a little bit on the metal side as well.
Okay.
So a friend of mine, was a customer, turned into a good friendship. He took a job down in New Orleans. So, and that was all on the marine side, brown water and blue water marine. So I was like, all right, let's go down there and kind of see what that's all about. And did that for about 6 years. Really enjoyed it. It was really tricky stuff. I mean, you're flying. I mean, that's when I was flying all over the world. I mean, going to Singapore and Spain and London and all these places, go to dry docks to try to figure out, you have to crawl in. If you can't imagine a crawl space of about that big, and I'm trying to get through it to go to a tank that holds, 65,000 gallons of water for the people on cruise ships to, so they can drink and shower. But you would go down there and inspect those tanks before they would paint them again.
Okay.
And come back up and sleep in a cruise ship cabin.
So if someone tried to recruit me to go work in brown water, that'd be a really tough sell. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Well, that's
I don't know
that's
what
not
brown
even,
water
brown
is,
water
but
is
that's
river. It's on like we're talking barges.
Is that a
on the
technical
Mississippi.
term,
Yep.
Chad?
Yes, it is. It is. Believe it or not. You got gray water. Well, that's a long story. Black water's not good. You
Not
don't want to
good.
be. You don't want to be in black water. But yeah. On the brown water side, on the barge side, when oil and soybeans are down, that's when the barge market just goes done. They don't make anymore. But when it's up, they will make them. They'll push them out nonstop. These things are huge.
Yeah. So then what happened?
Then I saw a little job that came up at Sessa, and I started remembering all the times that I was running around with at the side with a guy that was on this podcast before, John Andrioli. I ran around with him for a while. Kind of met your dad at the time, met you guys, did some service work for you guys on the North America side, and I remember it. I liked it and figured to come on board and do the wood again. I've always liked the wood. The wood is much. It's just what I know.
Right.
It took a long time for me to understand the water side, because there's more. It's more like you gotta have all these certificates to do all
Right.
this stuff.
Yeah.
So if you're in a spec, I mean, you could sell it all day long. But if you're not, it's like pulling teeth to try to get in that spec.
Certainly. What aspect of, okay, so we're talking wood coatings right now. What aspect of your role being sales and business development manager for our Western Division, had my mirror backwards. What aspect of that is, I guess, most satisfying to you? Like, what part of your day do you get the most, juiced up about?
The ride around with the people. I mean, you get to see so many customers on any given day. We try to hit 10 or more when we go out. We've had uppers of hitting 20 people in a 10-hour, 11-hour day. That's a pretty good day for us. But it's just different. I mean, you can go into our sector down south, and it's it's Amish communities, and it's awesome. You go in there, you go in and talk to them for 5 minutes at a time, 10 minutes. They love it. Then you got the big English accounts where it's the same. Everybody has the same thing going on, but you got all these different cultures. It's kind of fun. I like doing it. Then you go out to Denver, and it's completely different out there too. It's satisfying. It keeps you hopping, keeps you busy.
Certainly.
What's the most challenging part of the job? Which probably could be said for regardless of what industry.
Yeah. Right now the challenging part is time. I mean, we have our customer base is so huge. I mean, it's so large. And you got to have time. You got to try to figure out where to put all your time to, make sure that you're still hitting all your customers, make sure your team's working. I mean, the hardest part is to get everybody working in a nice cohesive unit. For me right now, anyway.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, on the west side, we're still building a team. We're still adding on to personnel there, so it's exciting. That part's fun too.
Well, you being in the field on a regular basis, maybe more on the wood side, but also going into the chemical side, into the metal coating side, etc. What things are standing out to you right now? Like, what trends are you seeing? What challenges are you seeing people have, whether it be across all sectors or specific to a certain sector?
I mean, right now, I think some of it is labor shortage especially for the cabinet shops. I've noticed this is the first time I've seen this ever. You got a 6-7 cabinet or a working shop, right? 6 guys, 7 guys, and there's a flat line in there. There's a spray machine in there. I mean, you would never see that 15 years ago. They'd be like, that'd be the dumbest investment. They'd be like, why would we do that? Right. Now it's like, that guy is going to be here. I know he's going to be reliable. He's going to spray every day, and I mean, that's a huge thing for some of these guys that are so overbooked, they can't keep up. And now they're like, well, at least I can spray this out and get my production out the door without having to worry. Do
you think it's a combination of labor shortage or the price of the equipment's coming down or all the above?
I think it's labor short. I really do, because the price of the equipment is still pretty high.
Yeah.
But it's more justified now. I mean, because if you're going to pay a guy, now you have to pay more for that worker to keep him happy, and I get that. I mean, you should, but it all kind of, I think, works out in the end if you crunch the numbers. Everybody's crunching the numbers, and you can save paint. You know how much you're putting on. There's some savings.
Well,
there.
Yeah, to your point, the machine's there every day, and it's consistent.
Yep.
As long as it's maintained and monitored.
Yep. No, that's a good thing.
Yep.
Labor shortage is not a new thing in the last, kind of somewhat post-COVID world. And every guest we've talked to has mentioned that as one of the leading issues that their business or their clients' businesses are facing. And there is no industry or type of business that's immune to that. Type of business meaning, large kitchen cabinet manufacturer, large widget manufacturer, office furniture manufacturer, down to the 2-man Amish shop, the 3-man Amish shop, who are just struggling to get things out the door because normally they're a 5 or 6-man shop. It's not spared anyone. Shifting gears a little bit on trends, technologies out there. If you were starting up your own cabinet shop, based on what we know today with emerging technologies, or I won't say emerging because that sounds too new, but the technologies that are available, what would you outfit your shop with?
On the when you say on the paint side, like what paints I would use, 100% acrylic polyurethanes.
Solvent or water?
Solvent. Solvent to start, water to push into, because I know that's where they're going. There's some good technology out there right now that it's not the same as it used to be. That's for sure. The water base is making a push because all the VOC regulations are starting to come down, and before that was a problem because you couldn't really find anything that worked. But now it's a lot easier to switch somebody that's been solvent his whole life and says, all right, I want to switch to water. A lot of times you can give him 2 panels and he won't believe you because they look almost identical. So he's like, all right, prove it to me. So there's some challenges. There's some challenges with water based like everything else. But yeah, I would start if I was going to cater to a higher end type of client. I would want to start off with an acrylic, at least polyurethane.
Gotcha. I'm a little surprised by that. I thought you'd go straight to water, just because how where it's at right now. And how good it is.
It's tough. I mean, if I would have to. I mean, if I was going to do it, that's how I would do it.
Right.
But I know in the long run, you're going to have to switch to water.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, now you're doing chemical pretreatments. So where are you going to go there? Are you going to go straight to nano?
No. That's a pretty cool technology from what I did when we went through some workshops. It's different. That's for sure. I just think right now, I think they need to, for that particular, if they want to push it even further, they just need to get more specs. Mm-hmm. Then you need to spec it out in the military side.
Right. But if it's your shop, would you go that route? Only because, from test results on paper, it outperforms certain technologies. Obviously, it's more environmentally friendly.
Yeah, when we did all the testing in the lab, when we were doing our own little, we were running through, it outperformed everything, and it was a lot less finicky than some of the other stuff.
Yeah,
you had a little wiggle room to make some mistakes.
Right.
And that's what, I mean, everybody's trying to put in the chemical side. What are you trying to do? You're trying to push your baths as long as you can, trying to save as much money. Nano, you can kind of do that and get away with it.
Yeah. It's the end of the year. We've been talking about 2023 planning for the last couple of days. What's your crystal ball look like?
For 2023, I'm very optimistic on 2023.
Yeah.
From what I've seen and all the people that I've been talking to, all our current customer base and our customers that we're bringing on, I see 2023 being really strong. And if we don't have to say the R word, you know, if that doesn't have to come up, if we can keep going strong in other markets, I think it's going to be a big year.
Any particular area or just a general feeling? Because both of you and Kevin, but your market is pretty diverse. Let's face it. I mean, you go to small communities to a couple pretty large cities.
Yep. I like Denver. I like Denver right now blowing up. I like Southern Indiana, making a push there. Our efforts there are starting to pay off. Those two, I think, if you're going to go 1 and 2, you interchange them, but right there are the two that are going to kind of springboard us off in 2023.
Yeah. Cool. What questions do you have for us?
Ooh, let's go off the wall. Give me your 2 favorite 80s movies.
Oh, okay. That is off the wall.
Can't Buy Me Love because everyone likes a rom-com.
Damn it.
Is that 80s or is that 90s?
No, dude, that's got to be like 89.
close.
It's close.
Late
We're
80s.
right on the line.
Late 80s. If it's not, I'm claiming it as 80s. And probably there's a lot to sort through there. There's some classics like your Back to the Futures and things like that. But sticking with the Michael J. Fox theme, Teen Wolf.
Yes.
Although I watched that maybe a year or 2 ago with my kids. I'm like, oh, let's watch Teen Wolf. It's PG-13, right?
Yep.
Yeah, PG-13 back then
not the
versus what it is now. It's not the same.
No.
A lot of language in there you should not, cannot, and for good reason, should not use today.
Yes.
Let alone other suggestive scenes. But Goonies. Man, there's so many good 80s movies.
It's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of options. I think the best way for me to try to reference one is thinking about if I'm channel surfing late at night and there's what movies are on that snag me, and even if it's 12:30 and I should be shutting the TV off and going to sleep, I'm in.
Yeah.
Roadhouse is one. That's got to be 80s, right?
I still think we're in the 90s, but
Really?
but I'll take it.
Okay.
1989,
Yes.
Roadhouse.
Wow.
Okay, so that's one. And how about the original Top Gun?
Yeah.
Ooh, Can't Buy Me Love, 1987. Boom.
There you go. Okay.
Joe Todd for the
Getting
win.
old. Getting old.
Yeah.
The reason why I say that is I asked that question is because I was listening to a podcast on my drives out. I have a long drive, so I can throw a
Got
podcast
the
on.
Breakfast Club. How are we going to say the Breakfast Club?
It's a good one.
Yeah, Beetlejuice, Footloose, The Outsiders, National Lampoon's Vacation. So I just pulled up a Google list to remind me of all the awesome movies.
It shocks me that Quentin Tarantino said that the 80s were the worst time for cinema in the history of cinema.
Well, look at like the classic 80s movies and then compare them to a Quentin Tarantino movie. They don't quite jive.
They don't jive.
Yeah. So I can kind of see
I
that.
figured you guys would be like 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink,
I mean,
Vision Quest.
Psalm, but
I don't know, man.
not so much Vision Quest.
It's one of my top 5 movies.
But then you've got
War
like,
Games?
Well,
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah, but then
Rocky?
you've got like
Every U.S. versus Russia, the bad guy, the Cold War era type stuff.
Yep. I like that.
I mean, there's also a certain genre of movie that then like American Pie when it came out, obviously after the fact reminded you of some of those 80s movies. There's some memories of those growing up.
It's good stuff.
I wasn't in high school in the 80s, so anything, 16 Candles and that kind of stuff that spoke more to kids in high school
Yeah.
was a little too over my head.
When did you
I mean, you
graduate?
can't tell me you didn't like Weird Science.
I loved it.
oh,
love
yeah.
it.
God, that's
Changed my life. Changed like it did for most people.
Yeah.
put hair on your palms.
Yeah, I mean, whatever that is. Yes.
Wow.
It's a good movie.
All right. Cool. Any other questions?
No, I'm just good stuff. I'm happy to be here.
That's it. Well, we're happy to have you as part of Team Assessa. Thank you for all the work and efforts that you guys put in. you and your team. And so we look forward to what 2023 brings to all of us. And thanks to all of you guys for listening on this episode of the Industrious Podcast, or if you're watching on the Assessa YouTube channel, thank you. Once again, if you haven't hit the subscription button, please do so. Hit the notification bell so when you can see the next episode of Chad or anybody else on this podcast, you'll be alerted. And don't forget, be industrious.